Imagine hearing three words: Hebrews, Israelites, Jews. At first glance, they seem to mean the same thing. But behind each one lies a different chapter, a shifting identity, and a people whose name evolves as their story unfolds. It all begins in the desert. The first word is Hebrews. It is the oldest term, the closest to the origin. It takes us back to Abraham, a man who, according to tradition, left his homeland to follow a promise. At this point in history, there is no nation, no defined territory. Only a family, a faith, and an uncertain journey. The Hebrews were, in essence, a people on the move. Nomads, their identity was not tied to land, but to a promise. It was the beginning of something much greater. But the story doesn't stop there. Over time, that family grows. It multiplies. It organizes. And then a new name emerges: Israelites. This name comes from Jacob, the grandson of Abraham, who is given the name Israel. His descendants, the 12 tribes, become a structured people, united by a shared history and a common destiny. Now we are no longer speaking of a family, but of a nation. The Israelites experience defining moments: slavery in Egypt, liberation, the journey through the wilderness, and the arrival in the Promised Land. Their identity is shaped by collective experience. They are no longer just descendants of a promise. They are a people with a history. But even this identity would change. Centuries later, after wars, divisions, and exile, a new term appears: Jews. This name comes from the tribe of Judah, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. After the fall of the kingdoms and the exile in Babylon, this tribe becomes the core of the surviving people. Over time, the term Jew expands to represent not just one tribe, but the entire people. And here, something shifts. Identity is no longer only national, it becomes spiritual and cultural. To be Jewish is no longer tied only to land, but to faith, tradition, and a way of life that endures, even in exile. Three words: Hebrews, Israelites, Jews. They are not contradictions. They are stages. They are the same story, seen through different moments in time. From a man walking through the desert, to a nation facing empires, to a people preserving their identity across centuries, each name reveals a different part of the journey. And perhaps that is the key. Understanding these differences is not just about learning history, it is about seeing how identity can transform without disappearing. How a people can change names, but not essence. Because in the end, beyond the terms, what remains is the story of a promise, and those who chose to follow it.